Hey guys, welcome to Copernicus Corner. I'm back over in Watcher of Realms and gotten to, the dailies and things like that done. Looks like I've got some Oracle's trials I can probably run. Let's see how many. Yeah, I've got some stamina here, so um let's run some of these. Let's do an auto fight and start on those. Catch up on that Oracle trail there, a little bit behind. Not too bad. I'm not terribly concerned about my place on the leaderboard, but this one does end in 2 hours and 57 minutes, so I may as well try to catch up a little bit there. We have some quests completed, or at least one quest here. Level up heroes 30 times, and we get for that this lovely 3-star psychic power token. Get out of there. And what more? We've got the guild stuff over here, guild quests. Clear promotion rate on any difficulty level 3 times, which gives us 20 guild coins, 20 guild activity tokens, and 1 small stamina potion. Let's see how. Get out of there. I've done the harbor sending the ship out a few times. We've got this hero's visit over here. Let's check that out. It's Pyros. He says, "Are you the leader of this team?" I also just realized I should fix the volume probably for this as well. Sorry about that, guys. All right, there we go. Those fire demons that were sealed are about to break free. I need your strength, he says. Okay, we'll do that. But first, let's hop over here because I need to go to the settings in order to get this back where it was. I think I had SFX on 2, and then I had the music. I had it pretty low because it ends up getting overwhelming pretty fast if I have it very high. So let's turn it on 14 and see how that does. I have no idea. I cannot discern if that is a reasonable level or not. All right, so I think what I'll do is go ahead to this quest and we'll see if it gets too loud or if it's perfectly fine as is. It looks like my chat hasn't connected over there yet on that other screen. There we go. Now it's connected. Cool. Okay, so Carlos's quest. He needs our strength to prevent these fire demons from breaking free. So what do we have here? They have 5 ground portals. We have 3 ground portals, or ground, I suppose, soul shards to protect. They've got the Jungle Master boss. She does some healing. She's got control immunity. So that's pretty much how she functions. I think I just put out a lot of firepower basically last time and did all right. Recommended BP is 517,924. We have 635,352 BP with what our current team is. Now, if that's I don't know if that's a good team or not, but I think it'll probably be fine. One thing I didn't check was, do we have any exploding? Yeah, okay. Toxic suicides. Yeah, I'm not terribly concerned, I think, about them. I think I had just kind of thrown them out there, had Dao Chin, making sure the key people didn't die, and that pretty much covered it. So let's just try that again and see if that works the same way. All right, so probably I better start with getting arrogance out here, and then follow that up with Edrin. And I wonder who I had as the other person. I wonder if it was just Xena, possibly. Not really sure. Let's throw Idril back here where she's kind of out of the way. Let's put Dao Chen You know, I think I'm going to put Dao Chen up here just to protect them. And then we'll put Xena there. And go ahead and put Dao Chen in DPS mode for the moment. Cetrum, I feel like Cetrum over here, I don't know. Cetrum doesn't matter too much, I don't think. Which location? And then what if I just turn him this way? Seems fine. All right, so let's go ahead and turn on Idril's ultimate. And then I wonder if I should put Wrath out or not. I think not right now, maybe. Let's throw Nora over here. Is that a good idea? Maybe not. She does a lot of dying. What if we put Cetrum or this guy Sulcadins, that's his name. What if we put Sulcadins over here somewhere? Could put Sulcadins here, I suppose. And then we only have one more deployable. Let's throw Nora over here and blow up some random things here. And may as well uh, do everything. Okay, so already we've got a situation where Cetrum is not doing wonderfully over there. Realized that I could have put him a little bit closer and gotten some of that healing from Dao Chen. Wouldn't have been the worst idea ever. But that's okay. I'll have another opportunity to do that, so all is well. I suppose, in the meanwhile, I'll throw Maul over there and get some hits in on her for a whole second before they switch targets. And so now Cetrum is available once more. I think I'm going to, I guess I'll use Nora, and then pick up, oh, actually, Nora's range is quite large. All right, so we've got that victory. It wasn't the best showing ever, but looks like Idrin got top DPS at 5 million, or top damage at least at 5,148,000, followed by Arrogance at 3,708,000. Then Idril 1,247,000. Now notice that drop off. She does less than half of the Arrogance. Followed by Nora at 1,229,000, even though she was out there in the midst a little bit. All right, complete that. All right, now back over here, we can claim this completion prize, which is 5 arena permits and 200 stamina. Pyros says, these magical materials were vital for me to seek vengeance. Your assistance shall not go unrewarded. Very good. And now we just have to give him some insignia of ages 1. He wants 10 of them. We have 783, so that's pretty acceptable trade for 3 5-star psychic power shards. Pyros says, excellent. My objective has been accomplished. Farewell. No, sounds good to me. And we'll select that. We got 21,520 coins, 7,350 XP potions of a variety of gear, 120 Vault in the Sands trophies, and 120 Brave Conquest points for that. And then, come over to events and see what's going on here. For Brave Conquest, we got a huge stamina potion. Very nice. Now, let's come back over to the Oracle Trial. We've got a little bit of stamina. We've definitely got some huge staminas to use. So let's use a couple of the huge staminas, I think. So we'll click start, and then we'll use, say, 2 of these. and then close this, go to max, fight 28 times. Sure, go for it. All right, so that's going to be going on in the background, which is awesome. And then we're going to come out here and look around and see what we can see in this world of ours. Tia, in this case. Let's go over to the dragon and see what we can find here. Because I think I already did perhaps this one. It's just an auto fight thing since I've gotten all of those done. And then we can go back, and it is the trial of the piercers today. All right, the piercers has been a poor matchup for me in the past. We'll say that. However, now I have a new guy, that Apsan. I don't think he's great, but he may be sufficient for the task. I'm not sure. We've got this Queen Spider, we've got Armored Rock, Poisonous Eggs, and Toxic Suicides here. Let's try clicking fight and having a look at our guys. All right, so we have a couple of people who could be laid down now. We have Epson and we have Livian. Previously, it was problematic, but I feel like now if I could get Apsan a little bit leveled up and maybe promoted and things of that nature, then he may be viable for the top part where Livian has previously had to go. Let's try upgrading him. And he can get all the way up to level 50 like this. I don't know that I want to necessarily add any of that stuff, but I could, at the very least, make sure he has an artifact on. He does. Make sure he has some gear on. He doesn't. So we'll fix that problem real fast. I'm not really interested in skilling him up or promoting him further at this time. Maybe later. Not right now. But that should be sufficient, hopefully, for the top melee parts. Things are being dropped in the other room right there. We shall ignore those loud sounds of disaster and continue. Let's see here. We've got Lily here as the group. Let's put some gear on her. And who else do we have going on here? Miss Sandy probably won't end up coming out. I mean, I may as well put some gear on her, but I think I'll put it on her last. We need something on Livian for sure. So Livian gets some gear. And then Theowin, I think, next. Wait, maybe not. Maybe this horrible one. Maureen. Yes, Maureen next. For some gear on her. Then Theowin, which is still level 1. Put a bit of gear on him anyway, just in case I throw it out. And then this Esme is, I think that Esme is probably not phenomenal, so she's going to be the last one to get a little bit of gear on her. Well, I guess Sandy, because I obviously can put something on her as well. There we go. All right. Now they all have something on. Nobody's naked. That's always a good spot to start from. Everybody looks, I mean, it's not wonderful. There's a level 1 in this mix, there's a level 6, and there's a level 22. It's, let's not kid ourselves. It doesn't look pretty, but it looks better than it has in the past. It looks like there's potential, for beating this, this level. I don't know. It may not go well, but let's give it a go. No hero killed seems like a pretty tall order, but what if we start by sticking Apsan out and hope that he can do something? And then, how about we put Etrel back here. She'll still be able to hit some people theoretically all over the place. We can then put Brienne over there. And this may not be the best way to do it. Not really sure. I think, oh, yes, right. We can't put Livian down there because there's nowhere, no way for that to happen. But we can do this. We can do some damage there. We can stick this girl out, the healer, and that seems legit, right? We can throw Luneria here. She's a level 50, may have a shot. Marine is level 40. That seems reasonable, right? So, I mean, I feel like we're doing ridiculously better this time than in previous attempts. So, I'll take it. We've got Esme, sure, throw her out. She's level 22 or something. That's better than nothing. And now all we have to do is try to survive a little bit longer. And we'll have this one done. I think we got it. That was not so bad. It makes a big difference. Actually, I think what really made the biggest difference here is having Etrel up to level 60 and fully promoted and all that. I think that made a big difference. So, very cool. We were able to do that level. Great. We got 19 of these agility insignia 2s and 210 of the XP potions. Let's look at the stats. Yes, I was absolutely correct. That's significantly more damage than the last time we were in here at 1,266,000 for Etrel. Follow that up with Brienne, who did only half of that at 611,099. And then it halves again almost when we get down to Luneria. So it's an absolute. I mean, he didn't really have much opportunity to do much. I mean, he did what I needed him to do was block off that area, and he did that. So I can't complain about that. So very good. Now we can try stage 8. Let's have a look at it. Who knows? Could happen. I'm not gonna say it will happen, but there's potential. Same setup as before, and so we'll try using the same setup on our end as before as well. Suggested BP has gone up a little bit, up to 237,000, and I think we have like 299,000. So not too shabby. Let's throw out Sen out, and we're gonna follow that up with Etrel again, just like we did last time. Get that ultimate charging right away. Could have done it in the opposite order and had a couple seconds difference that way. Wouldn't have been the worst idea ever, but it's alright. Anyway, good enough. All things considered, not too bad. We'll throw Luneria on this side. I think I had it the opposite last time, but it's of no real relevance. Now, putting Lily out. I don't know if that was necessary, but I think it's helpful. We can stick who? Let's see. That one's no good. We wanted this one. Maureen, probably. We can do Esme next. And then I had put Livy in last time. I don't know if that's exactly necessary. It didn't seem to be, but it wouldn't hurt to have her out, I don't think so. Alright, got her out. Maybe that'll keep the stun bugs, or the toxic bugs, sorry, from coming a little closer than they did with this last time. Certainly would be good. Can use those ultimates. Try to keep the stun or the toxic bugs a little further away as much as possible was the goal there. So All right, we got the victory. We didn't lose any heroes. That's nice. Okay. We got 25 of these agility insignia twos, 210 XP potions, and the damage dealt again was actually Lunaria did better than Brienne in this fight. Cool. All right. Absen, he did a little bit. He wasn't too bad. Okay, let's complete this. And I think I want to poke my head into the Pantheon and see if we have anything. We do. We can level this up and give our guys an increased attack speed here, which that never hurts, right? We need 8 more of these. I can't get 8 more like that, so that's all we can do at the moment for that. Come back over here now. This is where things are probably going to get a little wonky because you see the color change over there, implying that there's some sort of a jump in requirements of some kind in difficulty. So Queen Spider uses spider web to fetter a random target, makes the target unable to attack. This is all the same kind of deal. All right, we got toxic suicides, armor drop, poisonous eggs. That all seems normal enough. Everything appears to be normal, but I don't know, something about that coloration over there is a little concerning. So our BP is 299,587. Their suggested BP is 286,720, which would imply that we have a chance. But do we really? Who knows? Let's find out. Let's start. Play at least 6 heroes from the Star Piercers, so we don't have to keep them all alive. That's good. This time, let's stick Etro out first. Then we'll follow that up with Absen. And then I think next I'm gonna throw out Lily, perhaps. I'm not sure. Maybe it's you know what? No, we're gonna throw Brienne out there. And then Lily. Try to get that thing dead before it comes where it's going to come and blow up all over us like this. Okay. Try to get Edro going on that boss immediately. Definitely not looking grand over here so far, but yeah, I already got 2 guys through the defenses. Ah, man, that was tough right there. They just stacked up. So what we got to do, obviously, is get Livian out a little sooner or increase the DPS quicker, which means actually Lunaria did better than Brienne on DPS. So maybe, and she also costs less. Well, she costs the same, but for the amount of damage, same cost for the amount of damage. Okay, so try this again. Still want to stick Idro out first, back here. Then we can try putting Absen followed by, maybe we should stick Absen here, and then Livian behind him. I don't know if that's better or worse, but it seems somewhat viable. Put him here, and then let's try to grab Lunaria next. Unfortunately, I don't know about all this. This doesn't look wonderful. I need a healer, something fierce. And just did not have that in time. I don't know that this is going to go swimmingly. But, you know. Ouch. That was no bueno. Alright, so they just went all in at once. Okay, so then in that case, what's the other option? We could stick out the 2 defenders. I don't know if this is the right way. Maybe I try the first way again. This time, putting Lunaria out instead of the other one. So let's try this again in a similar fashion to the way we had done it before. Let's go Absen here, even though it's not phenomenal. in some ways, but we're gonna go there. Then try to get out, well, I've got to get out, Livian, I think. And then, I don't know, maybe that was a bad choice too. Maybe I should have tried to get out, Lily next. Yeah, it's not looking, like it was a good decision to do it this direction. Unfortunate. Okay, let's restart. All right, let's see here. What if we skip sticking Etril out first? What if we go with Apsan, um, Livian, then Lily, followed by Lunaria after that. One advantage I'm seeing with Miss Sandy is that she is a lot cheaper. She's 2 points cheaper than Lily is. So that is something that I need to take into consideration for sure. Still not doing wonderful at being able to kill these guys fast enough, so just can't quite get there in that regard. So let's see. Is there anything that I can do to improve this? We could improve the stats. Let's go for challenge again. And then the people that I'm sticking out right now are the ones that I need to look into improving. I know that I have Adriel pretty well set. Not sure what I can do with Livian, if anything. I mean, if I could starve her out, that would be different, but I certainly don't want to throw a lot into her just for a faction trial. Okay, I could skill upgrade her. I don't mind using some of these purple dusts, I don't think, for some, something a little bit better here. Increases your damage per second. Well, that's an interesting choice. Okay. Well, the other side decreases the skill cost. Maybe I should read these things. Don't know that I necessarily want to use them on that. That's fine and well. Apsan, obviously I haven't gotten too excited about him. But he's really kind of doing okay. I suppose I could throw something into him. Maybe get him a little more damage going. I've got enough dust. I think that's fair. I have enough that I'm not too concerned about using it. And if we could get him a little more DPS going, that could make a difference here, so may as well. Oh, hey, Rubian, how you doing, man? I was so focused, I didn't even see you. Yes, faction trials, giving it a go. I so far haven't been terribly impressed with Absen's damage, but I didn't actually expect to be, so it's not that big of a deal. And we'll improve him a little bit and see if I can do anything with it. And now we're done improving him, because even if I had a legendary skill crystal at the moment, I wouldn't want to use it on him. So that's about as improved as he's getting right now. I'm kind of interested in the fact that I don't have Gluttony's skills a little bit better than I do, because he's one that I've been trying to use in the Immortal Codex thing. It might help. if I had his skills up a little bit more. So I may do that here in a little bit. But first, let's see what else perhaps I want to do here. All right. I could potentially use Nisandi instead of Lilith. Now, Nisandi's like level 6, so obviously that's not phenomenal. But I could improve her level, get her leveled up a little bit, just so that she can try to do some healing. And the fact is that, again, she costs 2 less to get out than Lily does. So that could be helpful. But first, I may just try it like this and see if leveling those skills up on Absent did anything particularly worthwhile. Because so far I've been going for Absent, Lily, Livian, Idril, and Lunaria as the first ones, and I haven't gotten past that on this trial, so those ones are already failing me. So let's give it a go and see how it looks. Alright, I'm gonna again put Epson out front, and then we'll put Lily behind, but first I think maybe we focus on getting this. You know what? I was gonna say getting the healer out, but let's instead get Lunaria out second. Then we'll worry about getting the healer out back here. And I'm gonna hope we can do enough to survive long enough to get her out before he goes in, which happened barely. Alright, now let's throw Brian. No, let's throw Idril next. It's not looking phenomenal, but put Brian out there. Yeah. Maureen. Ouch. Went right through. We've got, ooh, that was terrible right there. Throw Esme out, and I guess, yeah, that's that. It's as good as she gets. Oof, not great. Hey, Realm Ruler, how you doing? Oh, well, stats. Okay. Lunaria is topping the DPS, followed by Idril, then Brienne. Horrible. It's just terrible. Absent, boy, he is not winning the day with his 41,000 down there. Okay. In that case, if he's not going to be useful in that, then I think I should not put him out first. Thank you for the follow. Instead, I'm going to neglect him for a moment and try to go the route of just DPSing the stuff down as much as possible with Livian as the one we stick out to. Alright, new plan. Alright, so we're going to do Livian first, if I can find these pictures. It's so hard. Alright, so Livian. And then we're going to go back to the theory of throwing Idril out next. Okay. Then maybe Lily. Try to keep them alive. I don't know. This is not going to go well. I can't do Lily or I'm going to die because they're going to have to be them. So how about Lunaria? Then what do we have? Brienne was next? Or DPS? Maybe? Not sure. Then we have. I can try her. Oh, but if I do, I'm gonna lose my gut. Gotta stick the healer out just to keep him alive. We can put Maureen next. Things are not grand, I can tell you that right now. I guess at this point I better try to get absent off. Oof, no good. Then could not do. All right. If I had faced him backward when I was sticking out instead of forward, then I would have hit those guys and stopped them from going in. All right. Let's see. Challenge again. Okay. What have we got here? Could try getting some of these lower cost guys up and throwing them out first with Livian. Or, wonder. Let's go back here. Yeah, I don't really have anything to get them up faster. All right, so let's look at old Marine over here. She's only level 40. Wonder if I could waste some of these things on her, which is sad. But maybe worthwhile. Let's try it. Throw some of those into her. That'll up her stats a little bit, upgrade her to whatever she can get up to. 46 looks like. Promoter. Sure, why not? Let's do it. And get as much out of her as we can.
Never seen a hook before?
Alright, so that enhanced her talent there. There's a 20% chance to deal AoE damage equal to 120% of attack to the target and up to 3 enemies round. It's not phenomenal, but she's cheap. And sometimes, it's that's what you need, right? Okay. All of her skills are maxed already, so that's all fine and well. What if we go back out and okay, there's still the trials running over there. Okay, I was gonna get some more running, but I guess I don't need to. All right then, back into the fray. Okay, let's go here, go to this go button, trial of the piercers, and then fight. Got Maureen a little bit better. She only costs 10 to put out, so it's not great. I wonder though if there's any chance it would work. Okay, let's try. Realm Ruler suggests Theowen for slows. Yeah, unfortunately my Theowen is level 1. And it may still be viable. I'm not saying it's not by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just saying it's not the first choice. I probably will definitely consider that soon. Right now I'm gonna try just doing a lot of guys who can, as many of them as I can stick out basically to do some DPS and see if we can DPS these guys down before they get in there. I failed there, however, because I stuck somebody where I shouldn't have. I wonder then, nah, there's just nothing to do about it. I couldn't DPS them out anyway. I mean, I guess I could have if I'd thrown SB out too, but it wasn't going to last. It's a no-go on that. But yeah, I could, again, like I said, I could try putting him out for that, but it's not going to go well. He's going to die very quickly. All right. So then, in that case, I absolutely have to have at least one defender out there. Or one maybe that. Uh, at the beginning. I was hoping that maybe I could get some of the damage out there and be able to get through that first wave and have time to get others out. Not gonna happen. So instead, I throw her out. Then I'm having such trouble recognizing these guys. It's another problem. It's so non-visual. It's incredible. Um, but go ahead and try it like this, and then Marine can go out there. But I do want to stick. You know, really, I'd rather put neutral in the middle, but I don't want to block where the healer has to go. I have to get the healer out or we die here. So what if I put, we can't use the Sandy because the Sandy is like level 6, so that's not good. Just gonna have to be what it is and see how it goes. Let's do, they're gonna pile up too much if we'll try it. We'll try sticking Esme out. It's not gonna work because, yeah, just like that. Yeah, I had thought I needed to wait on Sam, but he's just, he costs 18, and it's no bueno. All right, Erubian says, yes, I'd recommend leveling up Thalen for his slows for this fight and get rid of Marine. I agree. Marine is so bad. Um, she's, she's acceptable in the early game. She's never been good. But she's, what can you do? But boy, she's just rough. Oh, look at her. Yeah, 30,000. That's terrible. You know what? I could actually try. Hold on. Got a thought here. All right, what if I took her out and got one of the other guys? I think that, let's see, one of the green guys might be better because, I feel like, let me see what his skills are. Dagger that can bounce, poison. No, that's absolute garbage. Alright? And Drogo is just trash in every conceivable way, as I recall. Yes, utter garbage, as recalled. Alright. Liam is the best of the green guys, and of course Liam is rough. But at least he's got some range, it's not great. I could level Theowen a little bit. Not too much. But I should have a little bit. Let's look at his skills again. It's been a while. Alright. Spinning Blade deals damage. Blade stays in place and deals AoE damage. That's not going to be helpful. He can hit the airborne units. And this is the important part of what he has for this. Blade Hurl and Large Saber can inflict slow on their surrounding enemies, which would be helpful. What's his range on that? Let's see. He has a decent range, so I could stick him out front. However, he's going to die extremely quickly. We'll see what I can level him up to. 25. Okay, all right, that could be worse. He has on a little bit of gear, nothing to write home about. But now he's a little bit above Esme. And much more viable than level. He was actually at level 2. Let's check on if I can do anything at all to Miss Sandy over here. I'd really rather try to get her out because of her. It's just the fact that she only costs 15 instead of 17. I think that she has some advantages to her. So she's got the whole healing ball thing, which is all fine and well. But more importantly, she has this attack speed increase to all heroes within the attack range every 40 seconds, which is really cool. I think there's something to be said for that. I'm less impressed with this healing business. I feel like she's at least as much utility as she is healing. And maybe the utility is the more important part of what she has here. This attack speed increase, is 50. Um, is that, I don't know. It seems reasonable. Um, let's see. Doubt I can do much, but let's throw a few points into it. All right, level 14. And I don't know if I'll try that or not. I don't know how that's going to work. But at least we got a few levels into it. All right, let's see. I'll try it again, I think. And we can try putting Theowen out there. Now, let's just start with trying the DPS route without throwing a blocker out right at first. And I'm gonna put Theowen out here so that he can start slowing him down immediately. And then we shall put this girl, Lunaria, there she is. Down, followed by Brienne, then Neutral. And if we can get out anybody else, that'd be phenomenal. How about if we can get out Livian, she can block. Now we've got to get a healer at this point. Okay, got that out. It's going a little bit better. Now if I can get App sent out, we might be in business. Maybe. We'll see. And he's just going to essentially be being used as a blocker more than anything else, right? I wonder if I can get Livian out and do any good, or not Livian, this girl here, whoever she is, Miss Sandy. And I guess I'll face you that direction. Help with the healing a little bit. We can throw out old Maureen for the moment. Actually, we won't. Let's try Esme, even though she's only level 22 or something. Still think it's not the worst idea ever. I guess Maureen can go down here and start beating on this. This one may be attracting that webbing. Ah, there she went. Okay. Now, where did I put the terrible one? Okay, there's the Sandy I can pick up. I can throw down Absent for the moment. Do I need to pick? Well, I guess I don't need to pick anybody up because I'm just going to die instead. Great. Unfortunately, the queen is just going to make it through there, so we don't have time to get anything else done about it. So, hey, that wasn't bad though. That was close. Arabian says, "How about running some experience raids in the background?" Yeah, I could, but I don't know. Again, we're taking things slow and easy here, Arabian. This is better. Promote daily a bit more. Again, yeah, if I can, I will. I don't know if it's him that I should promote. Well, okay. Promote, you're saying. I was thinking leveling. Hold on. Let's go look, first of all. I'm already running some other raids in the background, or was. That was 120,500 coins, 41,060, I cannot speak. 41,160 XP potions, a variety of different gear, 590 Vault in the Sands trophies, 593 conquest points, and 10 skeleton guardian demon soldier shards out of that run. I can check over here and see what we have. We've got 1 diamond, 2 insignia of endurance 3s, 1 auto fight attempt, 6 mithril, 3,450 gold, 17 stamina, and 2,650 hero XP potions in there. Alright, grab that stuff. What have we here? We have doing pretty decent in here. I think I know you think I should run the XP potions, but you know the faction trials are kind of a back burner kind of deal. You know, they're not all that important to me, so I'd rather get a little higher ranking in the Oracle trial if possible. And the way to do that is going to use the package. So let's just click that at some random spot. Use a couple of these huge stamina potions, and then run that on max. And we'll get a little bit of XP potions as that goes, and more importantly, rank up on here and try to get those 8 summoning crystals instead of 5, if possible. Definitely want to try to pull on the painter and paintress like in a few days. So that's like the bigger goal than defeating the faction trial. But let's hop over here, and I probably have a little bit that I can throw into failing, or maybe I don't want to throw it into failing. Let's see, piercers, and let's have a look. So he's level 25 at the moment. Okay. Why would which one would I want to promote? Maybe him? If I arranged it a little bit differently, I might could put out, I don't know, maybe I would want to put out Sandy. This is a tough call really for me. Like, yes, I could level up Thalen. But I don't know that I love him. I can definitely run these promotion rates and get him another promotion. I don't see any real, I mean, there's the benefit of this thing's going up, obviously, but there's nothing else that's going to happen when I'm promoted besides his skills, obviously, attributes going up, which isn't bad at all. It's just, trying to think about what the right decision was. I don't love Esme, no matter how many times I look at it. Out of these purple guys that I have here, and the ones that aren't already leveled, obviously, I like Sandy better as far as like things that are outside of just this faction trial stuff. I feel like there's some potential for her to have viability in other areas, on other maps. So I lean toward getting her in a little better condition, putting her out instead of Libby, or instead of Lily, because she can come out a little faster, and she may be sufficient for the first little bit of this fight. I'm not sure. If she was, that would also increase the attack speed of the people out, making them deal more damage. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a good idea. I'm not sure that it's not a good idea. We only have 5,000, well, 6,500 now, potions to work with currently. Get her maybe a few levels. Looks like quite a few levels if I threw them into her. this one, Esme, I really, really, out of these three, I think she's my least favorite of these three. I think I would say Miss Sandy, then Thalen, and then Esme. Um, as far as my preference, just in general for those characters, um, I would be more prone to choosing her if I believed that I could get her in good enough condition to be an acceptable healer for the first little while. Let's do something. Let's do something crazy just to see what happens with her as she is. Let's throw her out and see if she can make a difference at all. Kind of gauge from there how that looks. All right, let's go by it and see if I can remember to throw her out instead of Lily. I think throwing Galen out first was not a bad idea. Um, getting a little bit of a DPS engine there with Lunaria and let's see, we had Lunaria, Idril, and Brienne. Yeah, all right, let's try it. See what happens. All right, we've got. I cannot recognize these people. Here he is. Okay, Theowen. Um, I should slow this down so that I can try to find people. All right, so Theowen, and then Luminaria, and then Julian. Followed by who? Let's see real fast. I think you throw this chick out next. Miss Sandy, that's me. And we're gonna see, at the very least, it should speed up their attack speed and everything like that should go up. Now let's try to get out Livian. Maybe. Is there any chance of that? No, there's not. Yeah, no good. No good. We've got to put her out already. Because although he slows the situation, it's not slow enough. Let's try again. And this time, we don't put quite so many out. Let's go with Theowen. And her. Lunaria, that's the one. And then let's try to get out Sandy and then Livian. See if that helps at all. We can speed this up a little bit since we're just waiting. All right, now Livian, who's going to be next? Let's see, probably Idril. What do I do? Yeah, I think Idril has to be next if we're going to have any chance of killing that mean tarantula. I threw her into the portal instead of outright into. Great job, me. Great job. Unfortunately, it's not going especially well. We need to either do some more DPS or get out a second person. We're going to try putting out Absound. Take some of that pressure off. Now, we have to do Brienne next. And then, what? Could try putting this Esme girl down at the bottom to try to deal with this situation we have here, which is the boss. Now, of course, she's going to get webbed pretty often. And we can speed this up because there's nothing more I can do at the moment. So let's just try to grow some folks up here. And we lost somebody. No, it was her at the bottom though. It was, as we say, no big deal. Throw Maureen out down there. Oof, too bad that. Don't have a great spot to put her, so I'm gonna stick her there. Try to survive. There's one. Still may be okay. Well, alright, it was close. Um, couldn't quite do it. Okay. It was close enough. It was close enough that I think we can level up Sandy a little bit. And I think maybe she can handle it. Alright, let's try. Realm Ruler says it's all gear and artifacts. You'll get it. Oh, hey, listen, I've got a decent chance of getting it tonight. Uh, you've just got to, you're so close, so close to being able to do this one. Alright, let's level her up. That gets her up to level 23. That's significantly better than level 14. Is it enough? I don't know. It might be. Might be enough to get there. Let's try it again. If it's not, we're already running some more in the background. Maybe get a couple more levels. Being up to 25 wouldn't do this. No, what did I do last time I wonder? Who knows? There he is. Found him. Oh, let's turn this extra speed off, because listen, we'll need the time to figure out who these guys are. Alright, there's the room. Here is the room area. Now, I got those two out. And then I've got to focus on getting some things like walkers, although I think last time I did the Sandy first to get that attack speed going. And then we can get the blocker out here, Livian. After that, I do definitely need to try to get Idro out. It's got to be the next one, because otherwise there's no way I'll have time to get that queen down. So, alright. She's next. And then we want Brienne. Methinks. Or maybe Absent. Maybe I better do Absent, because otherwise it's going to be overrun. And nothing to do about it. So, just throw him out. Put some of that stuff on. Get her ultimate on. And then, I don't know. No, not her. We want Brienne next. Almost grabbed the wrong one. That would have been terrible. Alright, now. What if I don't stick anybody on the queen yet? Stick to continuing here on this group so that they don't get through. Ooh, there went to Sandy. That's a problem. Ouch. Not good. Not good at all. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything to do about this. Didn't quite get there. I'm still a little bit too low. Alright. Alright, let's look at the stats here. So Idril's top of the DPS, followed by Lunaria. Now the fact is, Idril came out later. Significantly later than Lunaria. But a lot of her DPS is from the ultimate, which is hitting on the queen. Alright, now would it help if I put her up first? Down it. Okay. Let's see here. What else might I do? Let's hop over to the trading post and see what kind of produce there are. We can get the last farewell, which will give us 10,000 XP potions to work with. That seems good. Let's grab that. Arivian says it's not your strat, it's the hero levels in fear. That may be true, but sometimes a little bit of tweaking of the strategy can get you there when you shouldn't otherwise be able to. He says you're doing good, though. I like your thinking. Thank you. I like my thinking too. It's fun. All right, we got 2 mythic extract shards, 20 mithril, and 2,000 hero XP potions from that. Let's see if there's anything else kind of entertaining we might want to pick up from this group of stuff here. Eventually, the stamina will be good to get, but I don't know that I need it right now. So, okay, that's it for the moment. And we've got something over in events to do. We've got Brave Conquest, and we get 2 huge stamina potions from that, which is very nice. Alright, and that's also running in the background. Let us head back into this trial here. And see about improving the Sandy a little bit. Let's do max level. That gets you up to 27. Hey, not bad, not bad. Can't really waste anything starring her up or anything, you know. I don't think. No, can't do that. So, alright, 27 is better than 23 or 22 or whatever she was. So, okay, back to this. We'll try starting it the same way and see if she can pull through this time. A few levels difference might be enough. Okay, so we go. Yes, we go with Eowyn first. Numeria next. We've got to do Livian after that. Speed this up until we get a little push to Livian. So Livian out. You know what? We don't want Livian out next. We want Sandy out next. Alright, then Livian. And I failed because I didn't put her out when she needed to go out. So that's an issue right off the bat. But it's okay. Okay, so Livian, and then let's do Idril. Gotta do Idril next. After that, it's gotta be Brienne. Wait, is that right? Or should I do... I've got to do the other guy next. Absent. Oof, no good. No good whatsoever. Try that again. I knew I messed up when you start. Alright. Eowyn. Followed by her. Then we actually want Miss Sandy next. And then Livian. And then Neutral. Well, yeah, I think so. Alright, after that... Well, now, hold on. That's not what we need to do. We need to do Absent next in order to survive. Then we can do Living. Not Living. This girl. Whoever she is. Idril. That's the one. Man, just not enough. No good. No good whatsoever. Alright. Could not quite get that. Okay. What's the answer? All right. Wonder if we can go find some more XP potions here and there. Let's see if we can get Sandy a little bit better. Uh, so I wanted to come check and see if there was anything new with Boogie. Nothing exciting there. So we'll come over here to this cook lady here. And I can just pick up 30,000 of these. That seems fine. Let's do it. Let's pick up a little bit of XP potions this way. And that ought to be enough to get Miss Sandy up significantly. So let's try it. I will upgrade her as much as possible. Got her up to 32. That should definitely help, probably. So we try again. This time with gusto. Okay, Balin first. Followed by Lunaria. And then Miss Sandy. Okay, after that, I've got to get App sent out. Or no, not App sent, Vivian out. We're after that. Let's see. Perhaps I better do App sent next. Then I'll have to do Cathedral after that. I've got any shot at killing that queen. None of them got through anyway. That is not a good sign. Okay, I could throw Marine down there. What if instead I throw Esme up here? It's not going wonderfully up there. Yeah. Queen is not dying spectacularly quickly either. Um, doesn't bode well. Hmm. Try to keep some of these guys alive a little longer. Oof. Went on through. No good. Alright, so. Okay. So. Alright. Try again. We got some background fights complete. So we'll go do that real quick. We got 81,790 coins, 15,690 XP potions. a variety of gear. We got one of these Arcanum crystals. We got 400 Vault in the Sands trophies, 400 Grave Conquest points, 10 Mercury Luminous Demon Soldier shards, and 10 Skeleton Guardian Demon Soldier shards down there. Very nice. Now let's hop out of here. So we need to get some more background things running, right? We may as well check on the mine and get anything that may be there. 650 points, 900 XP potions, 1 stamina, 1 auto fight attempt, and 1 mythical from there. Alright, hop out of that, come back over here, let's do some more gear raids, try to get some of that Grave Conquest stuff as well from this. So let's auto fight. And again, I'm just going to do some random number and use I think 2 more of these would be good. And then we'll go to max and start that fight. Alright. Now, back to this this very difficult task over here. Alright, back into this. Now, there's a couple of things that I've been thinking about. One is whether it's worthwhile to bring both Lily and Miss Sandy. If they don't, if they're not both out, and I'm not going to replace one with the other, then it would be better to have a DPS of any kind to throw down in replacement of one of my dead DPS. Realm Ruler is saying the Sandy pointed out below upper right corner. She won't hit everybody there. She only does like in a little range around her unless there's something. Well, you know what? I haven't looked at her well enough to check on this. Let's see, because whenever I looked at her, it shows, you see right there with 2 lines around her, and so she has to be there in the middle or she won't hit everybody. Extra range from an area, really? Does she? I didn't realize that applied to the healers. That's cool. Let's see. And then it goes out there, huh? If so, then that makes a big difference. Let's see if I can find the area. Apparently I can't. Oh gosh. Somewhere she is. Okay, it'd be easier if I go back into here. Yes, okay. Marios. Oh yeah, her little faction picture of it. Alright. Faction team members' basic attack ranges are also increased, and that includes the healer. That's awesome. Alright, cool. Now, how can we tell how much it's increased? I guess, is it a block in every direction? So that would be amazing if so. Cool. Okay, well then in that case, that's going to make a huge difference because I keep trying to very carefully put her where she can hit everybody. But if I don't have her there, then I'm going to get more DPS from each roll, which will make a huge difference. Okay, let's try that then. Okay, yeah, let's try that. If I can remember to. That's the key here. In that case... Okay, alright, very cool. Theo in here. Followed by Numeria. And then we're going to do Miss Sandy in the other location. Maybe it'll show me her range. Maybe it has been. I know you're new around here and all, but I am very non-visual and you may not be aware of my lack of ability to see things like other people. All right, let's see. Okay, it looks like it went 1 out. I didn't see. Hold on, let's see. Let's go back. Restart. And let's just put her out just to look and see what it shows. If I put her out like this, where does it show her? Okay, it shows her one forward. All right, so if it's one forward, then it won't work. Um, but let's then try it. One tile forward, yeah. Yeah, I can't hit everybody if I go one tile forward. I need it to go to the sides. Um, because if I put it, if I put her over here and face up, she won't hit, she won't hit the guys here at the front. And if I face this way, she won't hit the guys at the side. And it's the same as true if I put her on the top facing down. It's just no good. Um, and Sandy down below pointed up. Do you mean down here? It's still, I mean, it could hit those guys, but it won't hit the guys who are in the back. Just to put here. You know what I'm saying? Um, I mean, I could try it, and maybe they won't make it far enough back to kill the other guys. Is that the idea? Hopefully, maybe. I don't know. We could try it. I'm up for anything. All right, well, let's restart. For one thing, she wouldn't be taking up a spot up there, so maybe I wouldn't need. Well, okay, let's just give it a go. Okay. Um, in fact, what if we put him down? We could put Balin down and facing up and get him out of the way. Let me think about this for a second. I didn't check. Okay, if we put him here, okay. Then we could do the higher DPS guys on the outside. I need to look at the stats at the end of this and see where we're at. But it's possible that this could make a big difference. All right. So then we would put her here, facing up. We definitely would have to get, and this is part of the problem, right? Well, as far as, never mind. I was just thinking, the fact that we won't have to put as many people up there at all. So maybe it works. We'll see. Stick her here. And then we could put Brienne. No, not Brienne next. We still have to go with Absen next. And see, that's another issue, is when they're down here, they're getting hit by that queen. Which is an issue, but maybe it's not too bad of an issue. We'll see how it plays out. Because we can then put Angel here, where she can hit more people. And they're not getting hurt because they're down here. Or they're getting hurt a little bit by the queen, as far as like that goes, but overall, not bad. Still coming through, unfortunately, and 2 of them have gotten through. We can put her here, but I don't think it's going to be sufficient. Okay. No, not grand. I can throw Maureen down. Try to live a little bit longer, but uh, not gonna happen. What's happened is she got hit by the webbing. He got hit by the webbing, rather. This guy, yeah, and so that has stopped that. I can throw Lily down, but it won't matter. Yeah, just not enough to do that. Theo needs to be up top. Yeah, if he's down here, he's obviously gonna get webbed. But unfortunately, if Lily is down there alone, she's gonna be consistently webbed, right? I'm not Lily, the other one, Insanity. I feel like the Spider Queen's just gonna keep her webbed all the time. If somebody isn't there to take the webbing, right? I feel like I can try it, but I think that's what's gonna happen. We'll see. All right, so if we stick Phelan up top with Lunaria, then we would have to put Sandy next, and then Vivian. Of course, we could put somebody else down instead of Phelan. Well, technically. Have to get Epson out next to prevent that from just walking on past. Um, and do E-Troll. And then it would be Brienne after that. When Romer, I think it's an area down below, pointed to the left. Yeah, that would be. The trouble is, if Lunaria isn't, if she's not up there, they're just going to walk on by because she's one of the higher damage dealers that I have, and so I don't think that I can do without her DPS, or or these guys walk by and they don't make it. My guys won't be able to prevent that from happening up there. They can hardly hold things back as it is. So, but they can't. However, so far she hasn't webbed um, this girl, and I don't know if that's just because of the distance or what it is. They're going on by. So I either have to increase the DPS or increase the stability of the blocking, or somehow slow them down further, which I don't really have the ability to do. Let's look at the stats. I intended to do that before. Okay, so Lunaria, yeah, see, Lunaria is the top DPS. If I move her, it's they won't be able to kill anything fast enough, and it'll pile up very fast and just keep on walking by the guys, and then they lose from this whole course going down. Um, as you can see, she's almost twice, not quite, but she's a time and a half the DPS of Etrol, which is my next highest that I have. So without her up there, it's like no DPS up there. Most of Idril's DPS is in her ultimate, and that's all going to the spotter queen. Um, so that 350,000 is not really the amount that she's doing up there is negligible in comparison. I could stick her down at the bottom better than I could stick Lunaria down. I'm pretty sure. Rubian says I'd work on Theowen skills and F2P when you can. Yeah, that would be probably good. I think that one issue is obviously they all die, which means I either have to use Lily or I have to, Lily instead of Miss Sandy, or I have to be able to level. And let's try that actually with this idea. But with Lily instead of Miss Sandy. The trouble again with Lily is that she costs a couple more points, and at that stage of the game, it's difficult to get her out there and still survive that onslaught. So let's try it though. Yeah. Promotions too, says Rivian. Yeah, I think he's got some promotions. I don't know, maybe not very many. Let's try this again. For some reason, Miss Sandy didn't seem to be getting web, so maybe that will be the same for Lily. Who knows? It's my brain is dead, and I have forgotten who I'm grabbing again. What we got there? All right. So if we're going to be using Lily instead, though, then there's no reason to get her out first. I will go ahead and put Livian out first, especially because I don't think that we would have enough time to get Livian out next by the time we get it. So we'll throw her out first, then we'll put Livian out. One problem we're going to have is I'm not getting that attack speed boost, which is going to lower the DPS overall of the guys. So we'll try sticking her down there and see if it's sufficient. If I'm going to do it this way, I think I better put Absent out next. To try to survive, basically. Without them running by, which is what they would otherwise do. So, we got that. We need to put Idro out next. Probably. Yes, definitely, in fact. Idro and then Brienne. Now, question is, what now do I do? Because the options are, I can put Maureen out, or, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick her out, Miss Sandy, and I think I'm going to stick her. I can't remember who is up there. We've got Brienne and Lunaria, so I'm actually going to stick her up here to try to increase the attack speed of those guys, and hope that that's sufficient. That was silly. I put Brienne's out before I really intended to. So hold on. Now the goal is, if I get close to getting these done, then I'll pull them up and go pull up a couple of guys and go through Maureen and Esme down at the bottom to try to do something about that queen down there. I see that Realm Ruler has his game ID in there. I definitely had a moment. That'd be awesome. Okay, that queen is about to pop. So, what can we do? We've got, okay, let's see, pause this. We've got 28 of 38, so we've got 10 more guys. going to be incoming. Who can we pull up to start doing something about that girlfriend? Let's see. This is Brienne. We like her. We can pull up Miss Sandy, maybe. I think we can at this point. Pull up Miss Sandy, throw out Esme, and pull up who? Maybe Thalen at this point, and throw Marine down here, and just make the attempt to do something about this queen situation. It's not working out so well. It did kind of stall her for a second, but overall, not good enough. Could not get there. Just 34% of the difference. All right, well, in that case, what could I do? Is there anything that I could do to get that last little bit out of it? Beyond, obviously, leveling books up, things like that. Let's look at the stats on that. Each will top the DPS, 1,125,000, followed by Lunaria at 700,000, 780. And after that, I like just over half of Lunaria's, and then it drops down to Theowen. Absand is primarily just functioning as a blocker. Rubian says more damage, much better. But much better, see, aren't you glad I had you work on neutral? You're right. Yeah, I've been wanting to go neutral, but it's like, I don't know. I end up prioritizing other things a lot of times. So it's like there's so many things to do, and just never enough resources. That's the situation I run into. And so, again, it's all right. We just kind of take it slow and easy. No big deal. Don't actually have to get these faction trials soon. But let's see. Okay. Let's hop out of here. And oh, hey, look at that stuff. There's stuff. We have a 4-star psychic power shard our token rather, and a rare summoning crystal. Oh, hey. Nice. Speaking of rare summoning crystals, let's go do our daily quest and summon something. Let's see what we get. It will be nothing of import, I'm sure, but hey, you know what? It's always a fun thing. Or maybe it'll be a purple guy. It's Maul, the 4-star marksman from the Northern faction. With a range that expands over time, Maul rules the ocean. His ultimate deals absurd alien knockback damage. I just read that a little strangely, but here we are. Alright, share this little acquisition with the world and get 50 diamonds for that. Rubian says it's all about having fun. Absolutely, that is the point of the game. I always am of the opinion that if you're playing a game and you're not having fun, then probably that's not the right game to be playing. Alright, so get out of that and check on these background fights. We got 89,790 gold, 14,250 potions, a myriad of here. One of these Arcanum crystals, 430 Vault in the Sands trophies, 433 conquest points, and 10 Fallen Templar Demon Soldier shards. Okay, cool. Now what's in the arena? Looks like I've got 7 permits to use. I can refresh. Let's go ahead and do that. And what else? There's a 328,000. That looks possible. I won't say promising, but possible. It's Sergey Farlich. All right, Sergey, let's go. His monsters are 328,851, which is the same as what his team DP is, meaning that he probably has approximately the same level of guys throughout his team. Looking at his team, I know some of those people. He has a Nora, and he has somebody else that I recognize over there, whose name I don't know. Might be that one girl, Numera, or something like that. Let's see. First and foremost, he stuck out Morgan. Morgan, I've been consistently unimpressed with. I see that once more she has unimpressed me. It takes her 50 seconds to get going, for one thing. Her ultimate is Cursed Seed, releases a wave of cursed bombs with up to 3 targets in the range. Then we have Numera. It was Numera. Good job, me. She has Nature's Wrath, immediately gains 2 extra grip thorn spikes and rapidly launches all grip thorn spikes to random enemies in range after charging for a short period. Each spike dealing 520% damage and inflicting 1 stack of poison. I really wanted her. I tried to get her. Couldn't get her. No worries. So, it's fine. Then we have Anora. We know Anora. She comes along with the dragon. And a dragon's name is Labor. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 150% and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting for 20 seconds. He's also put out somebody else over here. Who's this? Ireless. Ireless has Litany of Mercy, applies healing prayer to one ally with the lowest hit point percentage in range. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't have her. Who's this? This is Draylin. I've seen Draylin before. Draylin has Ancestral Oath, consumes all the Draconic Vigor, and heals herself and allies in range 1 time for 150% healing multiplier. Each stack of Draconic Vigor consumed increases the healing multiplier by an additional 20%. 40% of overflow healing converts to a shield lasting 10 seconds. Feels like they've got a good bit of healing going on there, but not as much on the DPS. Alright, so we got the victory on that one against Sergei Farlik. Saturday, probably. And stats on that show that their Anora did phenomenally with 14,362,000 damage, followed by my Arrogance with 13,290,000, and then Ethan at 11,253, 11,253,000. And then it drops down. Nice. Note that Morgan is the first person that they put out, and that Morgan did only 5,378,000 damage the whole fight. I want her to be better, but she's just not better. This Numera came out significantly later, and yet did almost as much damage as Morgan did. So just keep that in mind whenever you're thinking about that. Like Morgan, again, she takes 50 seconds to get up to her maximum potential for damage, and that's a decent amount of time, especially in a one of these arena fights, because it's very important to deal a lot of damage quickly so that you can win within the first couple of rounds before 50 seconds have necessarily even passed, right? So you might want to keep that in mind when you're thinking about using Morgan, especially in an arena fight where speed is of the essence. The amount of damage that you do is vital. And so unless she's just one of your best people when she's weak, then I don't see using her in arena, at least not. She's really not. She's not great for it, I think. But Anora has done pretty well. I've seen a lot of people do well with Anora. This Numera also seems to do pretty well every time that I see her come out. I haven't used her, so I can't say for sure, but she appears to be a pretty good character. Alright, so for that, we got 3 arena coins and 5,000 hero XP potions. Alright, the next lowest guy on this board is Provostor. Provostor over here. with 368,935 BP. Probably going to get slaughtered by the Roaster. I have no idea how you pronounce a Z with an umlaut. No, that's not even an umlaut. It's anyway. I have no idea how you pronounce that. That is not just not a letter that we use in America. So, we have 368,935 as the stage most BP will be fighting up against. That means again that their all of their team is approximately equal in their BP, and it also means we're probably going to get slaughtered. But let's try it. Ruby says, "Love the stream. I'm going to head out. Take care and catch you next time. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much, Ruby. It's always a pleasure." Okay, so here we go. The roaster. Let's go. Zoom out so we can see things a little bit better. They threw out Xeris right off. I've used Xeris before in the the dragon fight, and he's pretty decent in that. He has enslave and summons 4 souls of the damned and reduces the summons number by 1 with each ultimate cast. A minimum of 1 souls of the damned can be summoned. So I think he does again in his case is kind of like Xena. I feel like where he does most of his damage at the beginning. Then we have Aona. Aona during the ultimate lasts for 20 seconds. Each attack summons a star domain at the enemy's location, dealing 50% AoE damage. After a while, multiple stars will fall within the range of the star domain, dealing 40% AoE damage 4 times. They also have Vierna. I've seen Vierna pretty often over here, and she seems pretty good. She has Reaper's Grasp, deals 900% AoE damage to enemies in range, kills enemies with HP below 35% after a short delay. The elite monsters and bosses are excluded. And then it looks like they have a Nora over here. She's the one with the dragon. So since we don't have much time for time, I'm going to go ahead and look at these. And Morgan is the other one that they've thrown out. So we've seen her too. So let's go back over here to Nora. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Just as a reminder of what she does. Now, let's have a look at how things are going. They've got a pretty good DPS engine over there. It's pretty impressive. We got overwhelmed with guys and they ate our base, but pretty good stuff. Now, of course, that being said, their BP was significantly higher than the monster's BP, which meant that they were able to do quite a bit more damage than they would have been able to do if they were of an equivalent BP rating to those monsters. So that's something to keep in mind when you're looking at things like that. Stats. Let's see. Arrogance topped the damage with 11,637,000, followed by Etern at 9,946,000. After that, they have this girl who I don't know did 9,758,000, followed by that guy. One of these. Oh yeah, I think this third damage dealer of theirs with Crown, I think her name is Vierna. Xeris. Xeris is the green guy with the hood who did 8,760,000. Note once more, Morgan, 1,545,000. See that she's the lowest on their list. Now, that being said, she also was the last one that they put out. The question that placement. I don't know what they have on their team, but again, Morgan doesn't do much comparatively when she first comes out. So unless they really just didn't have anybody who could either do good DPS or be good support for the team, then I really don't think they should have used Morgan. Probably. Again, I don't know. I don't know if somehow that was beneficial to have her thrown out there, but this is just my thoughts on it. I think I probably would have chosen another person for this than Morgan. All right, for that, we got 3 arena coins. All right. Now, I don't have really any chance against any of these other guys. I could get Calvinus a try, and I may as well, I suppose, because looking at it, I still have 5 arena permits to use, and the refresh isn't for another 4 minutes. So hey, sure, let's get slaughtered by Calvinus. All right, let's auto fight here, and let's see how bad it goes. It's going to be a little harder for me to damage these. The last guy had like 360 something thousand. I intended to read off how much I forgot to. But we had 360 something thousand BP, and it was difficult to do damage to it, but this is going to be even harder. He throws out Emerit first, which I think Emerit is a pair to somebody, right? They bond with somebody. Maybe they bond. I think they bond with Dao Chan. All right, so Emerit has Frozen Tempest. When activated, ascends into the air, expanding attack range and reducing block to 0. Basic attack now turns into Cross Breath, dealing 180% AoE magic damage to the target and the surrounding enemies, hitting up to 8 enemies and inflicting 1 stack of Winter's Bite on them. Allies within the talent range receive freeze immunity during the effect duration. And here's Dao Chan. Pretty sure that's the Bond person. She has Serenade of Hope and Song of Sorrow. One of those is good for healing, and one of them is good for DPS. They also have Aeonet and Boreas. Just checking who they got before the death of my base there. All right, so that was Calvinus with 384,141 BP. Top damage dealer was Boreas, the frost giant guy, 5,347,000, followed by, I think that must be Emerit, with 3,904,000, then Arrogance with 3,700 more. Sorry, I missed Edrin. Before Emerit, there was Edrin at 4,207,000. Then Emerit, then Arrogance at 3,709,000. So, interesting. Yeah, they just consistently did a little bit more damage with the people that they put out than I did with the people that I put out. And there we go, Bob's your uncle, right? Alright, 3 arena coins for that one. Oh, Geigerman says new brew is for Bond. Oh, cool. What? Okay, now, then in that case, is Emerit somebody's Bond? I feel like somebody is bonded with Emerit, right? You know what? Why don't I go and we can find out who her, or who his, bond is, if I can. Yeah, it occurs to me I don't know what faction Emerit is, so I can't even, is this Emerit? This is Emerit, great. Alright, I think Emerit bonds us, maybe not. Attuned in Glacial Silence. I don't know, I've seen Emerit before for some reason. Oh, and Nora is Emerit's bond. Oh, thank you. Gaggle sorry. I'm having trouble saying words today, it's a whole thing. Alright, let's see. If we put hero details, let's sort what they do, if possible. Apparently, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I think there's a way that we can see the spells and stuff. Surely, right? Okay, there, right? Great and cookie. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's see what the bond does. So that seems fun. If I can. Let's see. Okay, this is a basic attack. This is an ultimate. This is a passive effect. This is another passive effect. And then this is Ancient Blood, increases team members damaged by 4. There. He was able to move it over. And here we have the bond thing. So Honora is bonded with him, and it says There is a 20% chance to inflict an extra stack of Winter's Bite. When Ymir receives fatal damage for the first time, it transforms into Dragon Egg with all his rage spirit. Dragon Egg inherits 50% of max HP, reduces block by 1, and stops being enraged during its existence. If killed, deals 200% AoE damage to up to 10 adjacent enemies and inflicts freeze for 1 second. If not killed within 20 seconds, the hero revives. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah. And now, I haven't had anybody bonded. And I don't know if they both get that, or if I could, I mean, one would think, right, that if they have a bond skill, that both of the players would have the same bond skill. Let's go check. I think Dao-Chan is infernal? Yes. Alright. Infernal. So let's see. Move over here, and there's this bond skill. Okay. I went to Dao-Chan instead of Nora. Ah, jeez. Okay, so Nora is... I don't know. Nora might be... I have no idea. We'll just go through until I find it. Okay, so Dao-Chan was Watchguard as well as Infernal, which means probably Nora is not in here either. Get those guys confused. Visually, I don't know why. It's just the way I am, I suppose. We're just gonna scan through until we find it. It's gonna work. Oh, Gagaman says that Nora is Emerald's bond. They both will get the bond. And Nora is Cursed Bolt. And, okay, cool. Thank you. So they both get the same bond. It's awesome. It'll be awesome to, someday get that. Now oh, that's right. There was a whole story where Ymir gave her, like, a clone of himself, and that's what labor is, right? So that she can have, like, its proxy when he's not around or something like that. Okay, cool. Alright. Gagaman says they both will get a bond bonus, but they'll have different bonds. Okay, well, let me go back then. Because his was pretty neat. Let's see what hers is. There she is, and, her bond is Arise, my hero. Obtain hero Ymir to unlock the following bonus effect. Summons Labor Ice instead of Labor. So, Labor Ice inherits 100% of the Master's attributes and assists the Master in attacking enemies in range. Deals 15% increased damage to controlled enemies. Each attack deals 110% AoE damage to up to 8 enemies, with a 30% chance to inflict Winter's Bite for 3 seconds. Interesting. So he gets all the same skill points, or the same skills rather, the same attributes as what Nora has. Her little, extra, I don't know, Labor Ice. So it's the little dragon that she normally summons, but instead of him, it would be this version of it. And it deals a little more damage. Well, I mean, it's more than a little, it's 15%, that's not bad. That would be super cool, because you don't actually have to have them both on a team for these things to work. It just says a team here in it, so it doesn't say you have to have that in the group. And what this means to me is you just get that as like a bonus, and you don't have to use them both simultaneously. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's pop out of there and see what else I might want to do. We've got an update on the route. Nothing terribly exciting, but I will go ahead and use the free refresh. You get 3 free refreshes a day, and there's a rare summoning pistol, which is what I was hoping for 70 diamonds instead of the 88 it would normally be, which adds up over time. The more you can get in here, let's refresh again. And nothing exciting that time. We'll refresh a third time. And nope, still nothing of note. Alright, out of there, we head over to quests. We have perform 1 summon, and we claim 2 4-star psychic power shards for that. Alright, not too shabby. Now let's see that. Um, I'm wondering if I want to try this faction quest again and do things differently. Let's see if we can get this. I don't know. Um, I don't have too much more time. It's already 1 in the morning and I should be trying to start getting ready for bed, but I feel like giving this another go or two. Um, all right, let's think about this for a moment. All right, let's see. There were definitely advantages to putting Theowen up top, or up at the bottom, rather. He was getting hit with the weapon, which is a distinct disadvantage. Um, Let me experiment for a moment here, and see what we can figure out. First of all, how far up would he actually need to be? If I put him here instead, we could still hit the guys and slow them down. Would it be sufficient though? Because we'd be missing an entire space of movement. Well, two spaces of movement, ghosts being here. We would, however, hit all the way to the top, and so he would hit the people from both areas before they get into the middle there. Does that matter? I don't know. I don't know if that would help. It would be out of range of the webbing. And we've got, let's see. Let's think about this for a moment. Would there be any advantages here? Significant ones, but disadvantages as well. I don't know. She is okay. Let's click this and go look at her again. Alright, so checking out Lily's skills again. When Thunder Protection is triggered, save value gains damage increase. Okay. Okay, so it could be okay. Potentially. Let's put her at the bottom. And put you Sandy at the top. I don't know. Let's try something, see if it works. It can either die or get overrun. It seems to be the current consistency here. What if we put Lunaria out first? Throw her here. Then we put Galen up second. And, maybe we face him up after all. I don't know. Don't know what the right answer here is. Let's try this. No, who will get webbed here? Does it matter? Most important to slow them at the beginning. Maybe he could take the webbing and someone else could hit the boss. Don't know. Try it. All right. We gotta get um living out. But also, I failed to get Miss Sandy out when I should have, which was immediately. Um, that should be fine though. But we're here. We push her down. Alright, and then we need to get living out. And theoretically, Absam, I think next, right? I think so. And but really out next, maybe, I don't know, it's a tough thing because the problem is we just don't really have enough DPS going. And wow, they just both died. Okay. Alright. In that case, let's try this again. A little different. Okay. Still liking doing this for the moment. But maybe not first. Maybe going this route wasn't a terrible plan. Then again, maybe it was. It's hard to say. Um, let's try. Let's try putting Lily out first. Oblivion out first, rather. And then absent. And then the healer. Don't know. Don't know if that was the best plan. It was not the best plan because she died and dying is bad. Okay. Well, in that case, let's just wait and put Lily out. Put her facing up. So has to heal too. But we're about to get a whole bunch of them coming on by. Not carrying the slightest. Yeah, terrible. Terrible, terrible. Showing there. Alright. So we must run some more with this. See if we can get anywhere. Alright. So that didn't work particularly swimmingly. Okay. So let's try again. Do it a little different. I think. Now we got Kaylin. Followed by this girl. Whoever she is. Have to get Living out next, right? I think. And then let's try Miss Sandy because she's cheaper. And she gives the attack range, which is important. Olivia should be able to block those two, then we get out outside. That'll help with the blocking a little bit, but they're getting slaughtered, of course. Slow those guys down. Should have already done it, but it's not the way things went. Did not get everybody out fast enough in that regard. Um, got Lily out in time to save things, but it's not ultimately going to matter because just going to walk on by. We can throw Edro out. Not there though, probably there. And it's just way too easy for this to work at all. Alright, so it was definitely working better to not do it like this. Alright. Let's see. Let's look again at these stats. Lunaria, that's you. Lunaria is still at the top. Brienne is pretty terrible here. Okay. Alright, let's try again. Let's do Absin instead of... Wow, that's not gonna work. We could do Absin instead of Livian, but we can only block 2. I think he might do a little bit more DPS than Livian, given the same amount of time, but I don't think it's sufficient. Alright, let's try. Yeah, let's try the DPS route again and see if we can kill the first little group, giving it a little bit of a difference. Okay, let's see. There, and then here. And then who was next? Probably Etrol was next. Just straight DPS potential. They're going to be coming in from that direction. Doesn't really matter too much. But if I put her here, she'll hit a little faster. Brienne was next on that. But as far as just how much damage can be done. And then probably it's either Marine or Esby, I'm not sure which would be after that. Let's try Marine. I should not have done that. It's going to take away from the damage there. Okay, so that wasn't terrible. So what if we sacrifice those two then? And then throw out Livian. Blow up some of these ultimates. Can we get Miss Sandy out? Or Livian, or anybody? Ouch. Oh, bueno. Does not work. It's terrible. Good job living. Alright, well, that was an entertaining attempt anyway. So what have we learned? Well, let's try restarting. Putting Gale in there, trying the DPS route again with Livian. I should have checked Should have checked the charts there. That was an error. Okay, start again. Okay, so a lot of split. I don't know. This may not be the proper way to go either, actually. Um, okay, what if we don't? What if instead we start with an area here? And then neutral. And then Thalen. And then I suppose we'll do green. And then the goal would be to try to get out a blocker of some kind. Which we don't get the ultimate on Beetle yet, or we lose. So we do Livian next. Then with an ultimate her. But then we're pretty much in a position where we have to get out of healer. And I feel like we do her, but where? Could do her here. Try that. Should go out far enough to hit everybody. Really need to get somebody else out there. Like, could do absent. Okay. Unfortunately, we got a couple coming through. No good. Alright. Okay, so can't quite do it like that. I feel like we made some progress here. Let's look again. What was effective? What was not effective? Probably a good idea to start with her and Beetle. What if immediately after that I put those are like my two big damage dealers, so immediately after that I'm going to stick out the healer. This end. Then what? Bailey or Lord Livian? Almost have to do Livian next. Do Livian. Then do Utro's thing there. We could even put him back here. Let's not do anything with him. Let's do her. And then maybe we do Lily facing up down there. Try to deal with some of that disaster. Still gonna have some people come through, but if it's not too many, we're still alive. Could throw somebody else out, but I think we want to wait. Put Absent out. Can do Brienne's ultimate. Now we have to do something at the bottom of the screen or we lose regardless. So let's try. Who does better, Esme or Maureen? Let's try Esme. See what happens. You should be able to start hitting there. She got that webbing right here, but that's all right. So the implication is that it's only that one spot that doesn't get webbed. Kind of plants. Okay, let's go ahead and try it. I don't know if I can afford to take neutrals damage away, but we'll see. Can barely keep those guys alive even with two healers on them. In fact, it's only going to be so long. And there we go. Let's throw him out at this point. That was Lunaria who went down, unfortunately. Big damage dealer of the group. That's not boding real well. And the queen is on the move. So, it's unlikely to succeed here. Yeah. Okay, so we got it down to 33%. Alright, alright. What if they didn't really need feeling up there? What if we could put Theowen at the bottom and give Etrol a little more time to get her ultimate on? I don't know. I don't know. Let's look at stats here. Alright, Etrol top to DPS, followed by Lunaria, then Brienne, then Livian. Okay, so I didn't put Maureen out. Don't know how she would have done. As we did like nothing, but again, she was being webbed most of the time. Try challenge again and see what we have. Maybe leveling up we can do. Let's see. Could try leveling up Dan. He's not doing very much. He's only level 25, so of course he's not doing very much. I'd rather really level up Miss Sandy still. If I didn't have to have Miss Sandy and Lilia in order to survive, I think it would make a big difference. Let's see how many I have. I have 26,000. I feel like I'm going to go that direction. I'm going to level up Miss Sandy. I know that it may not be the best idea for this faction trial to do that, but overall, ultimately for my game plan, I think she's the better option. So we'll get a couple of levels on her with this. It's not going to be too much better at 35. It's okay. We'll give her some skill ups. I don't know if I want to. Again, I'm not sure if that's the right direction to go overall, so I think I won't. Alright, let's see. Let's try it again, and Again, if we could not need Lily at all, then we could throw in another DPS instead. And that would be ideal. Let's try again. Alright. Lunaria. Followed by Edril. One big issue is that if I use Edril for the DPS up here, then I don't have Edril's ultimate as consistently for the queen. So that's an issue. Let's just try using her ultimate here. Maybe she did enough there for that to be acceptable. We'll see. So we have those two out. We can then put Brienne out. Maybe I should have waited and put Epson out. Probably. But maybe not. We'll see. So now, the question is, do I want to try to hit the queen with these guys down here? Maybe. Can those guys survive? Who knows? Let's try this and just see what happens. See, I put both of these down here. Try to do something to that queen. And the question is, can this girl and Sandy keep those guys alive? For another minute. Throw Lily down here. They'll recover. But now is it enough DPS? Doing like this. Got a few going through, so I think we lose. Not sure. Yep, all three. Ah, okay. Alright. That wasn't too bad. Alright, so what I want to know is who did more damage at the bottom. We had, okay, so Maureen did significantly damage than Esme did. Okay, so, alright. Definitely had to have Lily there. So we could trade Theowen for Esme's spot, probably. Okay, let's try that. Okay, maybe I can find, there she is. Main area. Neutral. And Sandy's got to be next. Facing that way. Then we've got Vivian. He has to come up next. And we can use her ultimate now. And then we can pull out Absent. After that is going to be Brienne. And then we've got to start throwing some people down at the bottom at that boss, I think. So it was basically, you want Maureen and Theowen there, ideally. Maybe we're gonna lose somebody here. So who we're gonna lose? Well, let's see if we can blow that up. Lost somebody. Don't know who it was. But show must go on. Who's Absalom? Okay. And now Hedril, that's a shame. Alright. Let's throw Poe here. Well, even though they can perhaps survive, it's not gonna matter. Probably because we don't have the DPS up there to be able to stop them from just sliding on into home. 16 seconds left. It's no good. Doesn't matter. Okay. Well, a little further in some ways. Okay, let's see. Okay, as we were stuck at the top there that time, and did 10,000 damage while she was there, not getting, slammed by the webbing. Mm-hmm. Let's complete that. I'm going to see about running some more of those background raids over here. So those are important. So getting those going. And how many do I want to do? Let's just do another one of these two stamina potions. And max that and try that. Alright, now minimize that, go back. And okay, let's see. Check the mine. We have 2,850 coins, 1,550 potions, 12 stamina, 1 diamond, and 5 mithril in there. grab that, come out of there, go to the arena because I might have something to do over here real quick. We're going to refresh the opponents. 313,000 looks somewhat promising. Ah, it's Jormungandr. Really? How nice. He's going to eat his own tail. Alright. And then, yes, their monster VP is 313 606, which is a little bit lower than our guys. They have Numera and Enora, and then they have some other people that I don't know. So that's cool. One of the guys is awakened. Let's see what they've got. Come out with Laken, or Lycan. Probably Lycan, that makes sense. Can choose and move to an unoccupied ground tile within 3 tiles. I think that means he's a tactician, right? Can also move to a ground tile occupied by an allied hero to force their retreat. First movement in each battle reduces that ally's redeployment time by 75% and next deployment cost by 50%. Within 25 seconds after casting the ultimate, increases attack by 20%, and each basic attack reduces lethal judgment cooldown by an additional 2 seconds, and lethal judgment can be triggered 1 extra time when triggered. Ooh. They followed that up with Numera. She's, like I mentioned, the one that does a lot of damage and very much someone I would like. She has Nature's Wrath, immediately gains 2 extra Grimthorn spikes, and rapidly launches all Grimthorn spikes to random enemies in range after charging for a short period. Each spike dealing 520% damage and inflicting 1 stack of poison. Let's see, they also threw out Enora, and who's this? Fenris. Fenris has Undying Will. Knocks back up to 10 enemies in range with 2 times strength, dealing 800% AoE damage and inflicting stun on them. The hero also gains a shield equal to 50% max HP for 10 seconds. Very cool. So, we have Enora, but then there's another girl down here. Who's this? Alara. Alara has Burst Strike. When triggered, loses invisibility. Each attack changes to 2 consecutive strikes, and damage to airborne units. Something happens to damage to airborne units. Awesome. Alright. So that was Jormungandr with 313,606 BP. Stats show that Enora did the most damage with 8,581,000, followed by Arrogance at 8,125,000. Actually, that's entirely wrong because Etran did the most at 10,655,000. Somehow I missed that. I seem to miss his numbers sometimes. Then this person down here, very fuzzy person, did 7,096,000. I don't know, is it fuzzy or is it feathers? I'm uncertain. Maybe it's lichen. That might be right. After that, Numera did 3,087,000, and then that person who had Lauren or something like that, Alora did 1,558,000. And then of course it drops to good for nothing like that. We got 3 arena coins and 5,000 gold for that. Excellent. Okay, now, anybody else that I want to try? Yeah, sure. Let's give Exploitgaster a try. He has 358,362 BP, and is very likely to destroy us in a very cruel way. His monsters are 365,006 BP, indicating that he has someone on the team who's just slightly better than the rest of his guys. And I guess that would, I don't know, he's got Blood Dracula. I recognize that one. And then there's Kratos. And I've seen both of those in Arena many times. And I think they're quite well used characters for this purpose. I tried to get Kratos once, unsuccessfully. Now, that was some serious damage right there from the Blood Dracula. Impaling Charge is his ultimate. Can choose and charge to an unoccupied ground tile within 3 tiles, dealing 500% AoE damage to up to 7 enemies in path. If cast in place, deals 360% AoE damage to up to 10 enemy targets within 2 tiles. After casting, increases the hero's block by 2 for 15 seconds and deals up to 30% increased damage and takes up to 30% reduced damage based on the number of enemy units within 2 tiles. Max effect at 5 units. It's very good. They follow that up with Release, who I don't know who is. Summons 3 Serpentine Spirits in attack range. Lasts permanently. Ooh, that's amazing. Serpentine Spirits will support other attacking somethings. Sounds bad. Alright, so that was Exploit Gaster with 358,000 some odd. 358,362 BP. Their top DPS is very obviously Vlad Dracula at 5,931,000. Then we've got Etrin topping hours at 3,493,000, followed by Arrogance at 3,092,000. Everything next to that was negligible. Alright, we got 3 arena coins for our efforts. And back into this we go to see where we're at. I think that was all that I can reasonably make an attempt at on the arena, guys. Oh, looks like the current challenge ends in 17 minutes. How entertaining. Alright. That means you're 17 minutes away from tomorrow's version of this. So, we'll give this maybe one more go, and then I'll have to do the auto attack thing just to get the points for it, so it's too bad. Okay. Let's see now. We've got anything we can do? I don't know. I can try leveling out somebody. I'm gonna go with Miss Sandy again, if I can. I can get her a little bit more. Brings her up to level 36. It's one more level. One a little closer to where I need to be. After that, let's see. It's a toss-up, really. I could do either Theowen or Esme. I think Theowen is better than Esme. Okay, nothing there, so let's try Esme if I can find her. Let's just go back this way, easier. Esme is here. And I accidentally removed her. That's fine. And she also is far enough away that it doesn't quite matter. Alright. Let's go back out here and check the events. Because we have something in Brave Conquest, it is 50 auto flight attempts. Always nice. Not quite there on getting this ancient summoning crystal, which is too bad. We got 2 days left in that, so that's alright. Made it over halfway through this rewards board in the Brave Conquest. The zombie invasion starts in 14 minutes, so that starts tomorrow. Very cool. Alright. That means I'm not going to have time to refresh the arena more than once before this challenge is over. I can refresh it one time if I use my brain sufficiently and remember to. Alright, desperate times call for desperate measures. Let us get another 30,000 here. See if that makes any difference, and I'm just going to throw it into Miss Sandy again. I know that that's not the it's not the crowd favorite, but I think it's the best choice for my long-term coach, I said. Alright, let's hop into here. Go to fight, and then over to Sandy and see if we can get her any more points Got her up to 39. That's not bad. You still have 3,214 left over. And I'll see if I can throw that into failing. Nope, not quite. 500 points difference. So, since I can't, then I will be able to throw that into the other girl. Whoever Esme. I think it was Esme. Esme here. Yes. So, can get her another level anyway. Better than nothing. Gotta take what I can get right now. There we are. Okay, now, can I remember what I was doing? That's another question. Um, okay. Let's click start and give it another go. I think we're gonna start the same way. We're gonna put out Lunaria, follow that up with Neutral, then Livian? No, then the Sandy. And then Livian. It's good to go ahead and use that, I think, the ultimate there, just to blow that guy up before he gets in and starts um, with his damage there. Feels like a good move. Now, I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Putting Brienne down right there probably wasn't a good idea. Probably should have done Absam, but well. Seems like it was sufficient for the moment. Trying to see if I think that Sandy has any chance, really, of getting anything done there. I think I'm gonna throw out. This is a tough thing, really. I think I'm gonna throw out Esme first to try to take the webbing, and then throw Maureen out second to get those first hits in. And we're gonna see if nah, she can't live. Man, that's a shame. I intended to try to pull her up and throw her down, but just didn't have the time for that to work. No good, no good at all. Slow him down a bit. But ultimately, there's just no DPS on the board right now up there. And it's not gonna work out. Okay, let us. Let's restart this. Okay, let's see. Have to get out with Billy. That's all there is to it. All right. Don't like it. We throw her out. We throw Evil out. I should put Evil first. Okay. Let's restart this. Let's get this going the right way first. So Evil first. Down here. Lunaria next up here. And then I'm gonna fast forward and get a little closer to Vivian, I think, and also to about. Oh no, not haha. Failed already. Hold on. Trying again. Alright. Veto first, yes. Then yeah, as quickly as possible. Then we actually need the other girl, the Sandy next. Alright, the sandy next. Then we'll be after that. The other thing is, could I do, let's just try this. Could I do here instead? Oh no, I don't think so. I think it's gonna kill me to try this. But if I could just let the couple get through, then I think that would be okay. What if, I have to turn him this way. Now I'm gonna have to put out, really, I think. Yeah, you can't figure this out. It's gonna have to be her. Otherwise, they're gonna die. There's just no two ways about it. However, I apparently either didn't put out Living or she died. Ah, no, I didn't. I put out Epson like an idiot. Okay, cool. Let's try that again. Oh, jeez. All right. Wow. All right. Oh, all right. So, Idril, Lunaria, Miss Sandy. Then we gotta do. Okay, last time I was able to do bring in next, and it was almost good enough, and it would have been good enough for her. It may be good enough. Some possibility of it being. Now, didn't quite get it out fast enough to get the attention though. That's a shame. And then the only way to do it would be either face her up. And I have to face her up. That's the only option. Undo that and save them from imminent death. Alright, so then I would have to get Absent out next. And all this time, what we're not doing is feeding on that queen down there at all. But maybe we'll try throwing Esme out first over here. And then we don't really care if Esme dies because she's just in there to take the webbing. When she dies, I can put out Maureen. Quite get that off in time. Things aren't looking great up there, but that's alright. We're going to continue. About 16 seconds left before we can put Esme back in play. Unfortunately, because the queen is on the move. It's a shame. However, for what it's worth, Would that be any good? I guess. Better than nothing. It doesn't ultimately matter. We're still in the same situation, which is we can get her down to 33%. Oh my goodness. Okay. That's a shame. All right. Well, too bad. That's all we can do for that because we're out of time. It's 1:57 a.m. and we got 3 minutes. So let's come do stage 8, auto fight. And actually what we're going to do is to click here and start that. All right, that gives us 156 potions and 20 of the agility insignia to use. Nothing for it. That's all there is. All right. That go ahead and do the quick claim and give on that. We've got fair request. It's accept here, and we've got Rome Ruler's ID. Let's go ahead and try to add them. And it looks like it is 4094 656. And then we've got some parentheses. 50043. And parentheses close. So let's try to find them. Oh, look, it's in. Oh, whoa. Yeah, okay, it is. All right, got it. I wonder if I did the tag thing. Yeah, I did the tag thing. Okay. Anything else I need to do real quick before the close of the day? Not that I can think of. We can get 4.25% more, well, it's 0.25% more attack bonus here. Let's upgrade that. Don't think there's really anything else beyond if I want to try one of these real quick. Like I said, I could refresh this and get a 316,000 one. Let's try that. I recognize that. That's Ajax. Ajax is phenomenal. Probably gonna get slaughtered here. I'm sure that's what they're gonna come out with. Alright, well, actually they started with Eris, who has Judgment Day. Increases the hero's damage by 40% and attack range by 1. During the ultimate, basic attack can target airborne units. Reduces the number of basic attacks required to trigger talent by 2. The ultimate's area of effect turns into golden travel. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure it's great. We also have Nora, who is Wormdog. When activated, Labor immediately deals 360% AoE magic damage to up to 10 enemies in range. Then, during the ultimate, increases Labor's damage by 150% and expands both its attack range and damage range, lasting for 20 seconds. Now they've thrown out Ajax, who has Destructive Breath. Deals 180% AoE damage to up to 10 enemy targets per second for 5 seconds and inflicts burning. Down here they have Lynx, who I've seen a few times, and Lynx has a very good DPS as well. Lynx has Frozen Rain, deals 400% damage to up to 8 enemies in range, increases the damage multiplier by 200% against enemies inflicted with Winter's Bite or Freeze. Meanwhile, creates a frozen domain with a radius of 2 tiles ahead. Alright, and then we've thrown out Maul. Maul is somehow very hurt already. He has Abyssal Surge, deals 900% AoE damage to up to 10 enemies, and knocks back the ground enemies with 2 times the strength. It's a pretty close fight. However, I will note, their guys are pretty badly damaged, and I don't see anything to do about that on their board at the moment. So it feels like we might have a chance here. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's pretty close fight, and the DPS on both sides is very good, or very comparable, let's say. They're currently at 1%. They still could easily have this, especially because I'm getting hit at the base right now and they're not. It was very, very close. I was at 5.9% when they do that. So that was a very, very close fight. If he had just ever so slightly more BP than he did, he would have got that, hands down. All right. Stats show that the top DPS out of that was that Eris guy. 12 million. Well, not true. Sorry. On his side is the Eris guy. On my side, it was Arrogance with 22,533,000, followed by Edrin at 16,652,000. On the opponent's side, their top damage was Eris at 12,382,000, followed by whoever that person is, and Ajax. Ajax is very good because I feel like I don't know. I've never had Eris or Ajax. Actually, I've never had anyone on that team except for Maul, unless this girl is like a different skin of somebody else or something. But so far as I know, I don't have any of those people. But I've seen Ajax, and also Bugajor has Ajax, one of my guildmates, and he's just very good. Maul I obviously have, but the other ones I don't. I've seen Lynx a good number of times in the arena, and Lynx seems to do pretty decently. Okay, so that's kind of the way that went. Let's close that. We got 3 arena coins and 5,000 gold coins for that. All right, so apparently that counted for participating in the arena one time today, so let's go ahead and claim that. We got 5 quick fair tickets. All right, so we got the daily sign-in for apparently a total of 70 days at this point signed in. That's cool. Let's go ahead and check that off. Didn't really intend to be on at this point, but here we are. Vault in the Sands, we got the first place prize on that. Let's check on the reward here. So we got 8 rare summoning crystals. Very nice. Pop out of there. And then what? What's our thinking just now? Well, we'll root for one thing. May as well check him since he's still here and the root. Okay, otherwise, I guess I can send out this harbor master to go get some stuff. I now have a bunch of stamina, so I may as well see what to do with it. In Forgotten Palace, we've got the tier raid 3. May as well send out whatever we got in stamina toward that. All right, now we'll have some new events today. We've got the Duel of Champions that's going to open tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I mean 24 hours from now. And that's for arena fights. So we'll get points for arena fights and we'll get rewards for those points. We're also going to have the Corridor of Glory, which is going to open up in 24 hours. And that's for leveling up and starring up and promoting and upgrading hero stuff. Spiritual Altar is also going to start in 24 hours, and that's for summoning heroes. All good stuff. So, Arena, Corridor of Glory, and Spiritual Altar are upcoming. We currently have Great Conquest still running, and have a good bit of stuff we can get left on that. That's got another day, well, almost 2 days at this point, basically 2 days left. Zombie Invasion just started as well. So there we go. That pretty much covers that. I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, well, stuff updating there, but nothing else that I can think of that's great relevance to do right now. Let's go head over to the faction trial area, the Hyperion, and get that 1800 gold that he refused for us ever so kindly. And just out of curiosity, let's look and see what the faction trial today is. It is the trial of the cultists. I feel like let's see. Let's look at what that is. I feel like that one's a difficult one. No, that one's not the one that's as difficult as the one I was thinking of, which was well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe the esotericists is the one that I was thinking of. I'm not really sure. I think one thing I didn't do is use up the quick clears yesterday. I should have done that. Didn't do it. Oh well. Can't have everything, right? No, that was how. Yeah, so I was gonna look at this map. Okay, so this is the one that I had been doing. This stage 10 is a whole new map. Haven't seen that one yet, or at least I haven't done it yet. I'm sure I've seen it. It may be, I'm not sure if it'll be more difficult or less difficult to deal with that than stage 9 that I've been doing. I think more difficult because I believe I have three melee guys total in the cultists, and not great ones. I can't recall. Let's go just look real fast. Okay, so yeah, I've got Jorge, I think, and I think that I'm probably wrong with who I have there. I think that's his name is Jorge, and I think that this is Atrox, and then that's Cyrene. And I think that Jorge and Cyrene are the solid ones. Atrox disappears, he blows up. He does a little bit of AoE damage, and it's unhealable, which is a real problem. So, that's the deal with him. I have some people who slow things down, and then I have a couple of decent damage dealers and one healer, which this setup will lend itself toward that a little more than the previous ones. We won't have to be splitting our team up as much, I think. But I say that, and I'm not really sure that that's 100% true, because these platforms are few and far between, with only one healer, and I'm not sure how that's gonna go. I don't think it's going to go swimmingly, but we'll see. All right. And now I better take off and try to get some sleep tonight. So, with that being said, it's been a pleasure streaming with you guys. It was nice chatting with you. Some of you were the first time, and that's awesome. Always glad to meet you folks. I'm going to go ahead and take off. If you're not following me, be sure to follow me so that you can turn on notifications and see when I go live. Hopefully, I'll see you all tomorrow. One way or another. Have a good night. Bye for now.